chances that I missed. Some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist. I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. From my home, cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I love today.
Okay, guys, it's our turn. This is 1100 WSGI. This is One Street Over. How you doing, guys? I am U-Turn Laverne. I'm your host on this little thing we call One Street Over, named for the song by our Ridgetop Ramblers. We just love them. That song was just so appropriate for what we're doing here. We want to know what's going on one street over from where we are. And so we've got some community leaders, I'll say, that are actually not Robertson Countyans, but man, you'd think you were because of what you've done here for us in Robertson County. And I'm talking, if you've been watching the show, you have seen my friend Nicki Swisher a few times, and she's got a new guest with her. Chuch Swann is here, but Nicki is a part of the Firebase, but she's a retired Metro police officer. And Chuch, that she's bringing with her today, is the retired Hendersonville fire marshal and now does classes with the Tennessee Fire Codes and Academy. So what I'm saying is these two folks know what they're talking about when it comes to first responders and the needs that the Firebase meet. Would that be fair?
That's absolutely correct. Myself and Chuch have both been on the receiving end of rehab services. I was in Metro Nashville, and so yeah, they have a similar one down there. So just having been on the receiving end of it, that it really makes you want to work and be out there to serve our first responders.
I love that. And it's like Nicki and I are friends. We've known each other for a while now. And when you first reached out to me about Firebase, you started talking, I was like, I know there's one out of Madison that a lot of my friends at the Madison Church of Christ are involved with. And I know, Chuch, you said you know a few of those folks.
Oh, yes.
So how did you get involved with Firebase? I guess it was a natural transition, really, right?
It was, and when I retired, of course, that's one reason I teach is because I give back to the career that gave so much to me. And one of the things that we were missing through the county, in Sumner County, was to help firefighters, police officers, and EMS workers rehab at their incidents. So to get them rehydrated, get some food, some calories in them, and that way they can finish the job. So it was just natural for me to fit in. So I was asked to help start it up, and we did a few years ago. And so now we're over here in Robertson County trying to do the same thing.
Well, and what I thought was really interesting is when, I knew we had the one in Madison. I was familiar with that. And then, of course, I knew Nicki was involved with the one there in Sumner County. And you guys were coming over here and taking care of things in Robertson for us, right? And so, when we had that and you first came in and said, we got to get something going here in Robertson County. And so how has that gone? You want to update us on that?
So it's gone very well. We are, I think I've got it on here. We have responded to, we responded to 45 calls last year in Sumner and Robertson County.
Very cool.
But already year to date, we're only 4 months in. We've already been called out on 44 incidents already this year. And a couple of weeks ago, we came out over here in Robertson County. And the funny thing is, I didn't realize that Portland is both in Robertson and in Sumner County.
Yeah.
So luckily, we have a husband and wife, and now one of their 18-year-old children is also one of the Firebase. So they responded out there with another one of our members. And and we also have a retired law enforcement couple here in Robertson County that also responds in Robertson County. So that, right now we're trying to do recruitment over here. We joined the Chamber of Commerce, which Robertson County Chamber of Commerce is fabulous. If you're not a business, you need to join because you're able to network with people, and that helps you get sponsors. That helps you get volunteers.
Jordan just went, woohoo! I can hear you in the car, Jordan, just going, yeah. She's so sassy all over.
Yeah. So we're actually doing an event with them on May the 20th. It's in conjunction with the chamber breakfast that they have every month.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring one of our rehab vehicles out. So look for it parked down there on the square. And we're asking for donations of Gatorade. We take donations of Gatorade, water, protein bars, and that way that keeps our costs low because we have operating costs for maintenance for vehicles, insurance on our members. We carry workman's comp on all of our volunteers. So that keeps our costs low for the donations. And then at the meeting, they were like, push for the Gatorade. we have 25 cases of water right now. So, and water does expire. So, they're like, push for the Gatorade. So if you're out there and you can come by between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. down there, you won't be able to miss it. We'll have our rehab vehicle down there to be able to load up that Gatorade. Or, whatever you can donate. We appreciate it. But we're going to do that down there.
Since you've got something real specific that you need, this is just as a mother that had 4 boys that I raised, I loved opportunities like this because I could go with my children and I could be like, we're getting this for this, and then I take them and then we donate it.
Right.
It's just a very physical, very tangible way to teach your children generosity and community service, just that whole thing. So folks, you got kiddos, get your Gatorade, do this, and tell them again when they can come and bring this.
Yeah, so it's going to be May the 20th.
Okay.
It's going to be, downtown at the Robertson Chamber of Commerce, right there in the middle of the square. So
give the time on it again.
From 7 to 9 a.m.
So you can do it before school. See, that was you could stop in there on your way to school and do this with your kiddos, and it's just getting your community organizations involved. You got a place to store all that we're going to raise for you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We're gonna overstock you.
Well, we have 4 vehicles that are operational.
Okay. And you promised me you're going to send me notes and remind me that this is coming up so I don't forget. Nicki's wonderful. She sends me all this stuff last night and I forget to print it. But she's so organized, so you remind me. And
absolutely.
She's also a dog rescuer. I've got in comments the Carters. They said, "Thank y'all for saving our family pet that wandered off our property this morning." I pulled in the parking lot. Nicki standing there with a dog. I'm like, oh, she brought her pet. I'm not sure that OU was going to want you to bring the dog in the studio, but she'd picked up a dog that was running down the road. So anyway, you're just a multitasker.
I try.
I love it. Okay, so the Chuch Swann. I have the Chuch. It's like you were explaining to me that in Hendersonville area, you're kind of, I guess, infamous, right?
Well, that's the joke.
Maybe there's even a T-shirt that's about this the Chuch Swann. Right?
It's an ongoing joke because I travel all over the state.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me in the fire service. It seems like.
Okay.
And so I just don't meet any strangers. I talk to everybody, and so my son started making it a joke years ago, and of course they took it and ran with it and made us T-shirts. So I am the Chuch. So
that's great. I love it. And so you're retired as a fire marshal, but you do you teach fire codes and things like that just all over the place.
Yeah, I still do all that. A lot of volunteer work, and as you can tell, I'm in homebound meals. I'm doing this. I'm everywhere.
That's fun. That's what
needed.
you do when you retire.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I work with, the benevolence, and that's a big part of our volunteers are retirees that they're like, okay, this is where I pour in now. Now Nikki's looking at her list. We got to get back to what you got there. What's next, sis?
Okay. We're a 501c3, so we're a nonprofit. And so all of our money comes from everything that we raise or donations.
Right.
So our big thing we got coming up is our golf tournament.
Okay.
And Chuck is going to play this year. He actually got somebody else to teach his class. That is correct, right?
Right now. That's
okay.
correct.
So
are you a good golfer, though?
Define good.
I can't play, so I mean, I've never played.
I get my money's worth on the course. I hit it everywhere. So
okay.
Yeah. So what we last year it was a tremendous success, and we asked everybody, what can we do to improve on it? And we had the fire department that won the first team that won first place. Like, well, you can give cash prizes. I was like, okay. So now we're going to do it. We're going to do $1,000 for the first place team, $500 for the second place team, and $250 for the third place team. And it's going to be on Monday, June 7th at the Bluegrass Yacht and Country Club out in Hendersonville, which is a beautiful course. And you cannot play on it unless you're a member or a guest of a member, except for this golf tournament. So golfers. We're really excited about it. Right now, we're still looking for 9 more sponsors for whole sponsors, which start at $150. Just got a commitment last night. Our premier sponsor is going to be Humana Health. They're going to, they just said, you know what, we're out here. We're, looking for community organizations to support. And so they're going to support our golf tournament. ServPro of Robertson and Sumner counties is also one of our big sponsors. We actually have a $25,000 hole-in-one contest on the 7th hole, and that's being sponsored by our Haven Real Estate. And they're also going to give us 2 Orca coolers to give away, one for the closest to the pin and one for the longest drive. So we've got a lot of prizes out there to win, and we've got a great swag bag. My friend over at Union Home Mortgage, Rosemary, she got us golf towels, and we've got tees for the swag bags. We got all sorts of neat things that are going to go in. I mean, so your money is really going to go a long way, plus a great day of golf. Right. And so we're just so excited about that. And we got several silent auction items we're also going to do. Shazam Promotions has given us a golf bag for the silent auction. So we got several people that are doing gift baskets, things like that. They're going to, appeal to golfers. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to try to raise a lot of money because we just got a donated rehab vehicle from Rehab 23, which is over in Wilson County. There's 8 rehab people, organizations in Middle Tennessee. And so they got a new vehicle. And so they donated us one of their old vehicle. And so, insurance costs money.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And and operating costs. So we have to do this to keep serving our first responders. I mean, you can tell. I mean, we've already gone up on calls just in the first 4 months. We're getting ready to exceed the number of calls for service.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And and when you talk about the involvement, now, if somebody really wants to get involved in this, and you're always looking for volunteers that actually work with the trucks, and because, I mean, there's some people that they really want to give back, and they want to be able to very tangibly give back. So how do you want to approach folks and convince them that this is the thing to do, Chuck?
Chuck? Well, the first thing is you got to have a passion for helping folks. Mm-hmm. So if you do that, then we can plug you in, no problem. We are up to around 20 or 22 volunteers as it is, with only 2 or 3 in Robertson County. So when a lot of the chiefs in Robertson County approached us, we said, yeah, sure. We're already coming over here sometimes anyway, helping you out. So we'll help you get it started. We'll see what we can do. But the one thing we're lacking really is people. We need volunteers. So I actually used to live in Robeson County years ago. Elementary school was 2 years old when I went there. But I'm an old Ebenezer Road person.
Okay.
So I still have family up here. And so we would implore everyone in this county that might have an interest in helping the first responders to seek us out by email, Facebook. If you know us, give us a yell. But you got to be 18 years old. You got to have a valid driver's license. We do a background check, so you can't have any felonies, anything like that. But like I said, the biggest thing that we need is people who want to help, volunteer, because we get called out at 2 a.m. We get called out in the rain, the snow. Last time I made a call to Robeson County was back when we had the snow ice storm, whatever you want to call it. So my son and I actually took our private vehicle that night because our other trucks couldn't get out, and come over to Robeson County and helped out. So that's what we need more than anything right now is that. We've got our fundraising stuff going. We've got some good things going. We get some donations at Gatorade and stuff, but we need people.
Okay.
So if we need this to work in Robeson County, y'all give a shout out. We'll hook you up.
We got to get the people in there, guys. And we've been talking about this for a while now. And I mean, when you first came here, we didn't have the first person in Robertson, and now we've got several. You say that are stepped up, but man, that's a long way from where we need to be. So we need to get some skin in the game on this, you guys, with our people and giving of you time. People talk about tithing, and the money sometimes is, well, if you've got money, it's easy, but giving of you time is more difficult. Like those calls that you get in the middle of the night. But our first responders, we've got to be there for them. They're on the front line every day. Every single day. So I tell you what, let's pause here and let me go ahead and do one of my breaks, and then we'll come back. I've got Chuch Swann and Nicki Swisher here. Retired from, he is the Hendersonville Fire Marshal, retired, still works with Tennessee Fire Codes and Academy. Nicki is a retired Metro Police officer, my friend, and just seems like she just, y'all, it sounds like both of you guys just spend your lives volunteering and just kind of doing it. You're the people that people call because they know you're going to say, well, sure, I can help you out. We need more people like that, y'all. So absolutely. Well, we're going to talk real quickly about my friends Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. If you know anything about the real estate market right now, you know it's insane. I mean, if you think you want to sell your property, you better be ready to move, because when you put it up and when you post it up, it is going to sell very, very quickly. So get ready, because that's just where we're at right now here in Robeson County. Now, keep in mind too that if you're a buyer, you've got to get pre-qualified. You have to get pre-qualified before you get out there, because there's so much competition for these properties. You got to be ready on either side of it, and that means you need a good realty team to get you ready to do that. Barry and Rebecca, they are exactly that team. Rebecca's been at this over 20 years. She's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist, so she's got that special training to help the seniors in your life that are trying to figure out what to do as they're, entering in a new season in their life. Well, she's been specifically trained for that. Barry's a marketer. He came out of a marketing career a few years ago and went full-time with Rebecca, and he is the person that can make sure that your property is seen in the best light. He can do those 360-degree virtual reality home tours. He's a Zillow certified photographer, so that gets you up on Realtor.com. He's a licensed industry drone pilot. People are going to see your property, and again, it's going to sell fast because they're going to make sure it gets out there exactly as it should, and they're going to help you navigate those waters. We're hearing some people that that the property will bring more than they're asking for it, and they'll kind of get in a little bidding war as they're getting ready to sell it because properties are so hot. You need somebody that understands all the legalese to that. So make sure that you get a good team no matter what side of the sale you're on. And Barry and Rebecca, they are that team. Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Connect with them at sellwithbecky.com, or you can go and see all their listings at BuyRobertsonCounty.com. And please always tell them U-Turn sent you. And getting back into our show now, we've got our guest in studio. We got Chuck and we got Nicki. And where do you want to go next on your list there? Because
well, we still have the golf tournament that I'm just trying to let people know that you're going to be getting a lot for your money. We are actually having breakfast provided by Nashville Jam Company.
Oh, nice.
Out of Nashville, and so they're going to be serving chicken and biscuits and grits. So get there early and get you some breakfast, and we're going to be doing the air cannon. So they're going to be able to shoot their golf ball out of the air cannon on the course. So apparently that's something that people like to do.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun thing. And also, since we're giving away cash prizes, it's a fundraiser, so we're going to be selling mulligans, but you only get one this time. Last time we were able to sell more, but only one per person since we're giving away that cash prize for the first place team. But like I said, this is going to be a great day of golf. And so, come on out, register, go to our Facebook page, Sumner County Fire Buffs. I believe Lee Marie's going to put that up on the Facebook page. Go in there and like our page because that will keep you updated. And, Chuck was saying that we really need people in Robertson County. I mean, he's correct. Also, I want to try to, get us a business where we can meet. So if you're open on the third Tuesday of the month, from around 5 o'clock in the afternoon to about 8 o'clock at night, and you would like to host a great bunch of people that get together and plan out these activities. And we also do training. Chuck is in charge of our training, of course, since he teaches all the classes. So not only are you going to get to serve first responders, but you're going to get some training. Not Tuesday night, but the meeting before last, we did adult CPR, and we learned how to do the AEDs. Chuck brought in his training stuff and trained us on that. So, you're going to be getting free training. And also, the next class we're going to be doing is he's going to do infant and child CPR. Okay. So, that's another free training that you're going to be getting. We also have training on the vehicles. If you are going to drive one of the vehicles, you have to do, we used to call it EVOC back when I was in law enforcement. It's a different course now, but you take a course online and then you print off your certificate. You're getting all different kinds of training and things that are going to be helpful to you just in real life. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to get that anywhere else.
Very good. And so as far as the specifics trainings and things like that, how long does it take you if you get signed up to really start participating? So if I find out the day before your meeting, can I still sign up? And is this something that you have to? Because you say you have to go through a background check and stuff, so it does take a minute to get you signed up. Doesn't it?
We vote you in, as a member. Once we get your stuff and we get to meet with you and stuff like that, we'll do a background check, vote you on the Fire Buffs. And then you're rocking and rolling from that point on. You're it. So be ready to be volunteered because you're going to be doing it.
Well, I mean, you can show up at one of the meetings.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Go please. If if the day before you see it on the Facebook page, and you're like, they're going to be meeting at Granny's Restaurant or wherever else in Robertson County, the Depot or whatever. Which if anybody has a place for us to meet, please get us up on Facebook and let us know because. We usually, most of the people come in, when they come to the meetings, they eat there. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be supporting a Robertson County business wherever, we're going to be meeting. And so, show up and see what it's all about. And then if you want to make your application and, we'll get your background check and everything done. I mean, it's a great group of people. Mm-hmm. And like I said, just getting out there and serving the first responders. And Chuck keeps referencing the 2 o'clock in the morning calls. Yes, I know. We do get those.
Yes, we do.
But we also get them at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What time was that church fire in the afternoon? It was like 3:30 in the afternoon. About 3:30 in the afternoon. So if you're an afternoon person and not a 2 o'clock in the morning person, we still need you.
Right.
And we're not saying you have to lift 150 pounds. No, you don't have to do that. If you can just stand there and hand out a bottle of water, we have other people that can set up the tables, that can set up the chairs, that can carry the cases of water, that can drag the coolers. We just need somebody to stand there, and help us observe people. If they look like they need water or Gatorade, hand it out to them. Mm-hmm. Also, if you just want to help with fundraising, if you want to just show up, and help us out when we do fundraisers, that's fine also. We got some people that just come to the meetings and throw out ideas. Yeah. And that's perfect too. Mm-hmm. Just whatever we have a place for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is what I'm saying. It's for people that are retired, people that work, people that have kids that have schedules, whatever. We have a place for you.
Mm-hmm. And if you have a meeting spot for us,
Again.
20 to 30 people.
Yeah.
Maybe if somewhere in that neighborhood would be good for us to be, have a good meeting and stuff. But
And it's a Tuesday night, so that's not a real hot,
Not too bad.
So this would bring you some business in. So it's not going to be a night that you're probably going to be crowded. And so, and tell them which night of the week you said it's like the third Tuesday?
It is the third Tuesday
Okay.
of the month. And the board meets an hour and a half ahead of time so
Okay.
that we can get things hashed out. And then we go into the general meeting at 6:30.
Okay.
And we usually last from around 6:30 to 8 because, like I said, Chuck does a training. We do about 30 to 45 minutes of training, and we plan out the events. Also, if you're a organization and you want us to come out and speak to your organization about something that, to get people involved. I mean, maybe you're a church and you want us to come out and tell us how you can get involved as a church. Mm-hmm. Please hit us up. I'm the public information officer. I'm retired. I don't want to say I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, you do, because y'all both have got your hands in so many different things. That's the thing. So.
But hey, I make time.
Yeah.
I make time. And my husband, he takes me and he drives me because I'm on the phone or I'm on Facebook. I'm posting something about the Firebase places. So
That's great.
But yeah, we'll come out and talk to your organization and let them know how that you can get involved. And, like I said, if we try to meet because we encompass all of Sumner and Robertson County. Mm-hmm. So we've got Chuck's in Portland. We've got another couple and their daughter in Portland. We've got members in Westmoreland. We've got members in Hendersonville. We got a board member, Cindy. She's actually in Goodlettsville with me. And she helps me out on a lot of stuff. Because she was here with me last time. Mm-hmm. And so we're all over the place. So what we try to do is we meet one location. We meet in Robertson County, one meeting. We'll meet in Westmoreland, another meeting. Another meeting we may meet in Gallatin, just so that somebody's not driving, 45 minutes to get to a meeting every meeting.
Right.
And so we try to have it in somebody's backyard all the time.
Right, and just rotate it out. I love it. Is there anything we're missing? Because I know Ace and Brian will be popping in here in just a minute as we kind of finish up. There she I see she walks into my line of sight. But so anything else that we need to cover? Anything that you think we're missing, Chuck, that you want to share before we wrap this up?
We're in a world where a lot of people are searching for a purpose, and we're a purpose. So, put your boots on and come on out and volunteer with us and help these first responders out.
Yeah, and that's a curiosity for a lot of people. They've been fascinated by that world, and this is a chance for you to get out there and love on them and just be a part of it. And again, find your purpose.
Absolutely.
Very good. Anything else? We missing anything?
No, that's it. Thank you so much, Laverne, for being a supporter and having us on.
But I want you one more time to recap the day that you're going to be at the chamber for the breakfast, that you're going to give out that you want to raid. We want Gatorade brought, so go get your kids, go buy Gatorade, and on your way to school, take it and drop it off, and you can teach them about generosity, giving, and service. And what day is that?
It's going to be on May the 20th, at the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce. You won't be able to miss it. We're going to have the rehab vehicle there. And so, bring out the Gatorade. And then also the golf tournament is going to be on June the 7th. It's on a Monday at the Bluegrass Yacht and Country Club there in Hendersonville.
Golf course, you can't golf unless you go to something like this or you're a member. So that's one of those like, ooh, I'm not a golfer, but I've got a good friend of mine that is, and I bet she's going, ooh, that would be very interesting. Fair warning, though, she's had 2 hole-in-ones. So
oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty slick.
Hey, we hope we give away that $25,000.
Nice.
So anyway, I'll definitely tell her about it. Maybe she'll drag me out to the golf course and teach me.
Hey, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, I've never golfed. You
can actually do your radio show that morning.
I have the patience, so come play with me.
There you go. There you go. Well, I have to look at my calendar and see what's going on. But we just might do that. We just might go and golf. I don't know. I've never. I'm going to get my friend Ginger out, and we'll go see if we can work it out. But very cool. And this is the Firebase, Sumner, Robertson County. Y'all represent Sumner and Robertson, or just Firebase in general? Would you say?
Well, we are Sumner County Firebuffs Association, but we cover Robertson County.
Right. And we need you, Robertson Countyans. We need you to put some skin in the game. Sign up to be a Firebuff and support our first responders. Fair enough?
Absolutely.
God bless you guys. Thank y'all for coming in. And we've got Ace and Brian coming up with the chamber. And we're going to take a quick break, though, and we're going to hear from our friends over at Hancock Farms.
Looking for farm fresh produce this season? Come see us at Hancock Family Farm Market on Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We are located at 7114 Highway 49 East, only 6 miles from downtown Springfield. We have a wide variety of produce from strawberries and flowers to corn, peaches and tomatoes, along with milk, eggs, cheese, meat, and honey. Hancock Family Farm, family operated since 1911. Let our family feed your family.
One street over there's
And we're going to get back to the show here, but I first have to talk to you about one of my sponsors. We're going to go right into talking about my friends over at Riceman Buick GMC. They are one of the largest GMC Buick inventories in Tennessee, and if you are looking, whatever you're looking for, do you have something that you're wanting? Do you want a new vehicle? Do you want something brand new that still has a new car smell that just came off of the truck? Well, you can do that. You can go and get something because they have great new stuff coming in all the time. But now, if you've got something real specific you're wanting, say you're wanting to get, maybe something that's a particular color. Maybe you have a particular, maybe it's an unusual color. I have a friend that, she wanted a particular color stripe on her car. And, if you've got something real particular like that you want, you can go in and order it. And when it comes off the truck, it's yours. Todd told me, he said that's kind of a trend these days. And the trend is, too, that everybody wants some kind of a small SUV or they want a truck. And that's what they specialize in at GMC and Buick. You are going to get those sports utility vehicles, those trucks that you want that are multi-purpose vehicles, so you can haul stuff, you can haul kids, you can do everything that you need to do, and they got a great selection right now. Again, one of the largest GMC Buick inventories in Tennessee. Pre-owned stuff all the time. Got great pre-owned stuff coming in, low miles, sometimes one owner. Some stuff comes in with warranty still left on it. They've sent me a list on a 2020 GMC Sierra. It's a 2500 HD Denali. That means it's got everything. It's got all the bells and whistles. That's what I love to do. I love getting a pre-owned vehicles with all the bells and whistles, and that just works better for my budget. So maybe that works for you. So if you want certified pre-owned, if you want low mile pre-owned, they got you hooked up right there at Riceman Buick GMC. They got leasing and financing options. You can fill out your application online if you want to get that started. Go by and see them Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Service hours every single day. Service department's up until 6 on Monday and Thursdays, 5 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then they're open until noon on Saturday. Everything you need at Riceman Buick GMC, one of the largest Buick GMC inventories in Tennessee, and one of our sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring. Be sure and tell them that whenever you go by and see them, and tell them U-Turn sent you. All right, Brian and Ace, they're in the house. What's going on? Good morning.
You're really good at that. You make me want to go buy a new GMC.
Thank you.
And HD Denali read was really good. It's like, that sounds fancy.
Kind of nice, don't it?
Nice,
yeah, it makes it. Well, it's like Matt Driscoll. He's like, man, I just want one of them trucks with that 6-function, Swiss Army tailgate. The new ones, the new Sierras have got that.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, there's a tailgate on the new Sierras, and they are the 6-function multi-pro tailgate, and it's the Swiss Army knife of tailgates.
Wow.
And it's crazy. You need to watch. Go YouTube it,
right,
and just look at that, and you're going to be like, I want that truck, because it's so cool. It's so cool. So, all right, y'all, what's up? Okay, now, the FYI, I got this from Super Tube producer Lee Marie. Stokes Brown Library is closed today for staff training, so just heads up, library's closed today. So, what y'all got going on?
Well, first, I wanted to touch on our free tax prep program, VITA. Excuse me, we passed April the 15th, but this year, of course, our tax deadline is on May 17th. So with that, we have selected a date to end that free tax prep program. That's May the 12th. So we're still taking clients for their free tax prep program. I actually scheduled one yesterday. So give me a call if you still have someone who's out there that hasn't filed their taxes. We can do it for free through our VITA program. Again, that's Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. It's a free tax prep program. We engage with IRS certified tax preparers that can help walk you through the process. Again, completely free to help you get the most out of your return. And you can give us a call at the office, 615-780-2511, 615-780-2511. Reach out to us through you, of course. Check it out. We'd love to help you if we can. So.
Absolutely, and that's such a cool program. So
It
many
is a
people
cool
don't have
program.
have any idea about taxes, and it scares them. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
You just need to understand what you're doing. And the IRS, man, I've had to deal with them in the past. They've always been nothing but great to me. Don't let them freak you out. Take care of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the worst thing you can do is ignore stuff when it comes to your taxes, and
Well, and we had just done our tour Tuesday, so this was it was this week actually on Tuesday, and we had representatives from the IRS, and there was actually a great question that was posed: is okay, if I've got all these bill collectors that are coming after me, what's the one? Should I pay attention to the IRS or should I pay attention to my bill collectors? And the lady absolutely didn't even hesitate,
No,
did she,
not at
Ryan?
all.
She
Sure.
said,
Pay
you
the
should pay the
IRS.
IRS.
Right.
Make
They're
a
gonna get
plan.
theirs.
Well, but
Yeah.
the thing is, make a plan with them.
Right.
Give them a
Yes.
call and figure it out. Even
Yes.
if you're making small incremental payments on that, you're still going to keep that bill where it needs to be. And of course, that's where we can talk about our financial counselors. If you've got a past due tax bill, or if you've got bills that you're not sure how to manage, of course, you can engage with our financial counselors and work on a plan with that, of course, in conjunction with the IRS. So we would, know that these free services are available to you. We don't want you to feel like you have to make choices between,
Right.
paying one or the other. We can figure it out with your budget. So.
And I know this is fresh because we just did it, but I think that's one of the very best services that we provide is to help people. That's your foundation right there. If you can get your finances in order, that affects so much more of your life and health and being able to go to the doctor and all these things that you need to be able to do. But if you have your finances in order, I think that's like the foundation. And the counselors, they're passionate about what they do. They were on the call with us, and you could tell that they love what they do and they want to help people. And so don't be ashamed or shy. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. We've all been there.
You bet.
And had times where, that's what they're there for. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the IRS is not scary. The two ladies we had on
No,
couldn't have been sweeter. They want to help.
You
they're
bet.
They're very short-handed right now, and they will tell you that. So I think some people get frustrated because it doesn't happen quickly.
Right.
But just be persistent, and they want to help you, but they're also trying to help a lot of other people right now. So
when we had to close our business, and when my husband had an extended health issue, we had to take care of some things. They could not have been kinder to us. I've never had a bad experience with the IRS, and I've been through some major things, having to shut a business down and do all this stuff and just medical stuff. I've never had anything but just absolute kindness, and they have such a bad reputation because none of us like taxes, and all of us think we pay too many taxes, and so, but that's not them. The people that are there serving you to help you get through this, you got to do it. So don't ignore that stuff. I hear about people, they have, I've got several of them, I'm afraid to open them. Open them and get some. And I love that you guys have got somebody through the United Way that will help them with that. And I point people to y'all
I'm
all
so
the
glad
time.
you do.
All
I'm
the
so glad
time.
you do. I'm so glad you do.
And because we get those calls in benevolence, and I'm like, first thing you got to do is you got to get this cleaned up. And like you said, the financial foundation,
Right.
you
You
got to get
start
grounded
somewhere.
Yes.
You have to start somewhere.
it's like a dentist. People they have a horrible reputation. People are scared to go to them or scared to deal with them, but you kind of need to do it. And if you do, it's probably better for you. So
I was
don't
at
be
my
afraid.
dentist
There
yesterday.
you go.
I was at my dentist yesterday, Dr. V.
Yeah.
But that's great. But
So
go ahead.
today is a special day, and we'll kind of go ahead and go on into our hero of the week.
Yes.
But I will say today, I love to do this day in history. I don't know why. It's just a thing that I've suddenly become very interested in. No, so this day in history, today, April 22nd, is Earth Day.
Hey,
and
yes.
so Earth Day was actually established in 1970. We celebrated it the first time in America in 1970, and that's something that's very near and dear to my heart. We've celebrated Earth Day with my great aunt, who was a science teacher at McGavick High School and then Springfield High School for a short period. But we have been doing recycling projects and figuring out ways that we can reduce waste for all of my life. I will never forget going over in Madison. There's that transfer station. She would collect everybody's newspaper, everybody's plastic, all the things, and we would drive it over there. She had a Buick, and it would be, riding on the tires, but we were going over there, and so that's something that she's passionate about, and she shared with us. But I think it was a great opportunity to kind of talk about the hero of the week. And so, Brian, who is it? And
our hero of the week, I mean, obviously Earth Day, we want to keep our earth beautiful, and so that our kids have a pretty place to grow up. It is our workers at the recycling centers and the convenience centers. So
very
here.
good.
And you talk about some people that go unnoticed on a daily basis and keep that area clean so people can do their recycling and get rid of their waste. That's those people probably don't even get spoken to most of the time when their vehicles. People are in a hurry and they go through. So take a little time, say hey to them, appreciate what they're doing. They're helping keeping this place that we live in a little bit nicer, and try to, if you're not recycling, we have places to do that. So please take advantage of that.
Do y'all have anything through the United Way to help people to discover recycling? Because, I was talking with the mayor on Tuesday, and as we grow, our landfills are such an issue. And if those who don't recycle, and I'm looking in the mirror, okay, I'm in full confession here.
I touch a nerve here this one.
No, it's something that's it's something that I've known I need to look into. Yeah. The problem is it doesn't. It's financial. It costs more to recycle than it does. Well, but we're trying to help preserve our earth, and there's some. That's one thing we're learning is the generations that are growing up right now are being taught that we've got to get into more of a recycling mentality.
Reduce
and
waste.
so for the person that's my age, that we just weren't taught this stuff. So it's being responsible.
I never even thought about it. I married an environmental engineer. She educated me real quickly on why it was important and why we do it. Yeah. And so, it changed my whole thing. But I never thought about it before, I'll be honest. So she helped me a lot with it.
Well, I think that kind of goes back to timing, too. So if we celebrated our first Earth Day in 1970, so I think about the generation before us. The generation before us, when you were done with something, you were in your car, you threw it out the window because somebody was going to pick it up. It didn't matter, right? So I think it's just a mentality change. And as we shift into the next generation, I think that there's going to be most likely a generation that's more aware. I know the younger generations that I've individuals I've talked to, they are very conscious. In the entire month of April, I was talking to a young woman who works at the hospital, and she said, I have 4 things that I'm challenging myself to this month that I'm going to do for the rest of the year. And it's, use one, the reusable straws, and finding a different way to get her soap so that it's in bulk instead of in individual plastic bottles. And she had a couple other great ideas, changing to bamboo paper towels and things like that. So there are ways that you can look at what you're doing and hopefully create better habits for the future. So, because we want to keep this place beautiful.
And there's recycling services that'll come curbside and get your stuff.
They're very affordable, too.
They're not expensive. I mean, if you just sign up for it, I think after a couple, you're not even going to notice. It's a minor fee, so to be able to do that. And
it's just and it's keeping stuff out of our landfill. Yeah. And talking to the mayor on Tuesday about it just kind of reminded me of that. And I was I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, and so I grew up farming though, and so very respectful of the land. You didn't throw litter out. I grew up with the commercial with the Native American on the side of the road with the tears falling down his face, and y'all are probably too young to remember that. No, I remember. But that was a powerful thing. Yes. So I grew up with that, but the concept of recycling is just something that I need to be educated on. So y'all maybe want to do something through United Way, maybe hook something up.
Big Earth Day thing. Yeah. We have done an Earth Day event through Historic Springfield Events, but that was, I think, for 2 years, and we coincided it with a race. But I think the city of Springfield and city of Coopertown, several cities around our Cedar Hill, Adams, a couple of the cities have arranged cleanup days, so citywide cleanup days, which is an excellent opportunity. I know one of the things that was shared is that they haven't been able to have the crews go out and pick up trash on the roadside. So individuals that are in the jail, they go out and they pick up rubbish off the side of the road. So we haven't been able to do that. We've got cities that are embracing it. Of course, the city of Springfield is doing theirs this Saturday, April the 24th, 9 to 12. So if you're interested, come on down. I know I'll be down there because I have an event coming up on the square, and I want to help clean it up so that I can make sure the square looks great.
There you go.
So I'll talk more about that in a minute if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a little individual shout out before we move on. It says for Tommy and Michael at the center near Hats, said they're awesome, friendly, and helpful. So good job, Tommy and Michael.
The recycling center.
Yeah. So if you see them, give them a little love today. Yes.
I've known Michael for a very long time. He comes and he eats lunch. Well, he used to eat lunch every single day at Northcrest. And so he would come and clock in. He is one of the most friendly, kind individuals. Very, I don't know. He remembers everything. So
and part of our hero of the week.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Happy Earth Day.
Okay, and absolutely, thank you guys for that. And we're going to pause for just a brief moment and talk about my friends at Corbin Creek Greenhouse. I pull your mics down to give you a chance to kind of clear your throat and get a drink and all that, So But and if you want to chime in on Corbin Creek, you always can. I'll turn you back up. But Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts Nursery and Gardening Center. Did you put the covers on your plants last night? I really don't think we had a hard freeze. I think we were kind of like at that borderline. I live down in the holla, and I didn't have frost on my windshield when I came out. So if I didn't have a hard freeze, odds are you probably didn't either. But we had to cover those plants up because we weren't sure with these temperatures dipping. And Amy can help school you on this stuff. And at what point do you need to cover plants? What do you need to do with that spot in your garden that something just won't grow? Why didn't my hydrangea grow over here? Well, maybe it's something about the acidity of the soil. Maybe it's just you're just putting things in the wrong place. Maybe it's getting too much sun or not enough sun, or that she can help school you on all those things. And it is so beautiful. I love just walking through the greenhouse out there. If you're in a bad mood, go to the greenhouse and just walk through and just breathe in all that green, beautiful life. It's just a cool place. I love it at Corbin Creek Greenhouse. And you can also go and check out everything that you want to see from the CBD products. That is something, it's just been a game changer with me. My mom and I were talking about our arthritis issues. And if Artie's a part of your life, you know what I'm talking about. And it's hereditary, and it's something that I have to deal with. And I get so jealous of 90-year-old people that don't have any arthritis. I'm dealing with it, and I'm not even 60 years old yet. But the CBD has helped me with my inflammation. It may really be a game changer for you. I was so skeptical, but when my doctor recommended it, and then I heard Amy talking about it and found out I could get Robertson County CBD, get it at the source, so I know exactly what I was getting. I thought, if I'm going to try it, that's what I'm going to try. And it has really helped me tremendously. I've been using it for over a year, and when I don't take it, I notice it big time. It may be the same for you. Go by and see them Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, Sunday from 1 to 5. They're located at 4920 Highway 161. Go by there today, and always please tell them that U-Turn sent you, and thank them for sponsoring. And back to my show with Ace Timmerrmeir, Brian Pulley from the United Way, my friends. They're just regulars here, but it's like, why do you have United Way on all the time? It's because they always bring good stuff.
Right. Something.
That's right.
Something.
And you've got Springfield Google sitting right here, so
I know.
It's like, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. But I do appreciate you guys so much. I brag on you all the time. You make my job so much easier.
It's good to hear.
It's really good. But now Lee Marie also makes my job easier because she's reminding us that tonight from 4 to 8 p.m. is the free Cedar Hill Farmers Market behind the Cedar Hill City Hall. And they're at 290 South Main Street in Cedar Hill. And that's a good farmers market, too. Mm-hmm. I know people have been having a lot of fun out there. I've been hearing good reports. I got to get by there and check it out.
There.
Food trucks.
Yeah. Got a couple food trucks that come out.
I love it. So you got to get out there.
Go down and get dinner.
There you go. And our farmers market will be opening up. Is it May? Is it
May 1st?
Yeah,
Saturday, May 1st.
So we're going a week from Saturday. We're just 1 week away from our farmers market opening up. So awesome.
Support your local farmers. It's the best stuff too.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. So good.
You won't go back.
We've got the coolest place for our farmers market. If you've not been out to the little pavilion there on the fairgrounds, I mean, it's just and when it gets into the deep heat of the summer and they'll have fans going, it is probably one of the neatest farmers markets and the most enjoyable experiences when it's hot summertime, because it's kind of shady and breezy through there. So can't recommend.
Once you start buying local, you don't want to. The grocery store doesn't taste the same. I'm telling you.
It's just not the same.
It's not.
So okay, where are we going next? What do we got to talk about?
So we're going next to a project. I think I have talked about it before, but I can't remember. But it's actually going to be starting this week, and I'm super excited about it. So it's actually through. Of course, I'm a part of Kiwanis, and I have a group of kids that I go and do. It's called Terrific Kids and Terrific Scholars. So Terrific Kids are our pre-K through 5th grade. Terrific is an acronym for thoughtful, enthusiastic, respectful, responsible, inclusive, friendly, inquisitive, and capable. Been doing this a long time, so I can actually spit that out.
It's very impressive.
I work with these kids that I talk a lot about building leadership qualities in our youth. And so actually in the past year and a half, I've incorporated some with our middle school as well. We're doing some programs there. So our Terrific Kids and our Terrific Scholars, we've been doing this certificate program for the behavior modification tool, and they get a bracelet. They're so proud of themselves, but I kind of had this little light bulb that went off in my head. I'm like, we could do something really fun at the park. And so down at Garner Street Park, the city of Springfield actually erected a tennis wall. Right now, if you go down there, it is gray and it's sad and it looks just, what is this, right? And that's because we are holding on. And again, that project will kick off on Sunday. But we actually engaged with our Terrific Kids and Terrific Scholars and gave them the opportunity to create the designs signs that will go on the tennis wall.
Fun.
So that our friends who come down and play at the park will know that it's a tennis wall, and then 2, also get to learn a bit more about the program that we have, that Terrific Kids and Terrific Scholars. So through that design contest, the kids had about a week and a half to put their thinking caps on and do something really fun that wasn't what's the word, trademarked. They have to, not copywritten, sorry. Copywritten images were forbidden, but they had to be creative, and of course it had to be their design and colorful. And what we got back they were pretty awesome designs. It was a really hard time trying to decide what we were going to put on the tennis wall, but we've got 2 wonderful designs that are going to be on there and featured prominently. The front part of the wall where the players will hit is actually Miss Anaja Andrews. She submitted not Anaja Andrews, I'm sorry, Ariana Rice. She had submitted a beautiful drawing that had 2 nondescript male and female players that were hitting with a tennis racket, tennis balls, and she incorporated Terrific Kids in there. She had a great design, so that will be going up again this Sunday. And then on the back side of the wall, the part of the wall that faces the tennis courts, the upper tennis courts, we have our Terrific Kids, so that's our pre-K through 5th grade, and that's where Miss Anaja Andrews, sorry I had the wrong side, Anaja Andrews actually submitted the winning drawing. It's actually a figure that has a tennis ball for a head, and they're hitting a tennis ball that says Terrific Kids in there, so I'm super excited. But one thing that we did that was a little different is that we had from our pre-K through 5th grade program, the submissions, we didn't have a ton from them because not everybody was interested in it, but that's okay. So we have about 20 drawings from there that we're going to incorporate in the wall. So we'll have Anaja's drawing prominent on there, Terrific Kids and the year, and then we'll have everybody else's drawing on there, and we're going to get them to come down. We're going to invite them. I shouldn't say get them. We will invite the kids, the scholars, to come down and sign their drawing. And then hopefully we'll do a little bit of an unveiling and or a ribbon cutting or something like that. So we're excited about the project. You know, of course, the kids were... Anytime you're working with kids, it's always good to create an incentive. I mean, let's be real. So our winners are getting a $25 gift card of their choice, a shirt that's been screen printed with their design, a custom shirt.
Cool.
And of course, the pride of having their design, their artwork on the wall for as long as it can stay there. So
yeah.
We're excited
really
about
cool.
it.
That's fun. I want to come play on the tennis wall.
It is fun.
Are you going to do an exhibition, a tennis exhibition
Yes,
at the unveiling?
I'm a tennis player.
Former player here. So you should do an exhibition.
So one of our other club members, Alex Payne, who's with Payne Chevrolet, he also played. He played with my brother, of course, my youngest brother, who's a few years younger. But I told him, I said, you need to come down, and we can both be playing out there. So
there you go.
I've had lots of questions. Who's the artist? I had somebody say, well, that's great, but like, who's going to do it? Because that could be a big project. So actually, the Suter twins, who own Suter Sweet Treats, they're located in the backside of the Robertson County Senior Citizen Center. They are incredibly talented artists, and I got to know them through Camp Tag, which is a teaching about grief. It's a grief camp for children. They are just incredible. I can't even begin to tell you. They are incredibly crafty and just very good at what they do. They actually painted a mural on the inside of the hospital. It's unbelievable. 201, if you've ever been up there, room 201, it's a pediatric room, but it's been done in Dr. Seuss theme, like the Lorax, and it's beautiful. I can't even. Anyway, they're incredibly talented. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with the artwork that's down there, and just excited to get the project complete.
I can't wait. This is going to be so fun. And so tell me again when we're going to have all this unveiling.
So we don't know because they're going to kick off the project. So they will begin painting on Sunday.
Okay.
So they'll be down there. You may see the twins down there painting and doing all the beautiful artwork. And again, as we get closer to knowing when they will be complete, we'll of course come back and update you.
Absolutely.
But just if you're down at Garner Street Park and you see people down there painting, they are absolutely allowed to be down there.
Yeah, they're
not graffiti artists.
They're not graffiti artists. We have been hired.
That's so funny. And Liv Marie, do you mind telling where is the graffiti that's one thing, and this is something that she's got some graffiti she's wanting taken care of.
Okay.
And I was going to mention it to Ron, and I didn't get the note in time to mention it. But tell them where that is and what can we. I just want to bring this up real quick.
Okay, so it's on the building that's between Dollar General and the electric department on Central, right below 5th. You'll see it's black and blue.
Uninhabited building.
I'm not sure if it is.
It is an uninhabited building.
But it needs someone to go paint it with white paint. It's been there for at least a year, I think.
Yeah.
Is inappropriate content?
No, because now it's been sprayed over. Like originally it was blue, and now black's over it. It's very.
I think that's an uninhabited building. There is no one in there. That's a property that's, I think, owned by the city, but I don't know that there's anyone in there. I think I know where.
Is that sometimes what happens with graffiti and things like that?
I would say so. I mean,
yeah.
So who can fix that?
Do you know?
I mean, you may have to get a group of volunteers to fix that. Is what I'm trying to say, because I don't know exactly. That would be definitely a question for Ryan in the city of Springfield.
I'll call him because she sent that question to me, and I just didn't see it while I had him in here. But since you mentioned the painting and it's not graffiti, I thought this is a really good time just to kind of address that. And so we need to get some volunteers together.
I understand, but when we look around, there's really not a lot of graffiti that's out there. I mean, I drive around our city quite a bit. I mean, and I am considering that there's one location that has some that's on an uninhabited building. I mean, that to me is, I think that's kind of speaks volume. There's just not a lot.
We're taking care of it, but that's one that we need to definitely. I
don't know that it's been addressed because I don't think there's no business in there. So.
I gotcha. But we'll check into it, Lee Marie. And she's asked me about that 2 or 3 times. And since y'all mentioned it, I just wanted to kind of address how you handle stuff like that here. And, you know, if it's a city issue, you need to call the city manager's office. If it's a county issue, then you go to you go to Mayor Vogel and you start there. But what I like about you guys is you guys are good at saying, okay, you need to go here, you need to go there, you need to talk to this person, that person. And that's what y'all always do is issues like that. Well, what can we do about that? And help us address them.
And if the answer is that you need a group of volunteers to come down there and paint it, I mean, we would be happy to try to engage with some. So just let us know what you find out for sure, because we don't want to step outside our bounds. Of course, we got the tennis wall was an approved project. We worked with the Parks Department. Of course, Terry, my friend. Terry.
He was a lot of fun yesterday.
He is fun. I watched him. I had a good time. He is. I will echo what has already been said, but Terry is an absolute visionary. I mean, he really is. He has the ability to look ahead and look at something and see a great project in the works. So I'm very grateful that they're willing, the city, and of course Terry is willing to work with us on a regular basis to figure out new ways that we can have fun and serve the community. So
did you ask him who his best seasonal employee was?
I forgot
2 times, 2 summers in a row.
I forgot that. Yeah. I'm so sorry,
you have to get him
Brian.
back on.
Yeah,
where's the plaque that says that? I've heard this more times than
I've got it somewhere. I don't like to put my awards out. That's not something I do. So I have it.
That's great. Well, you guys we're toward the end here. So anything that we need to do to wrap up here?
Yes, Saturday, May 1st. Okay, same day that the farmers market will be opening. We will have Pancake Day. It is the Kiwanis Club's annual fundraiser. It is a Roberts County tradition. It will be on the square in Springfield. We are very excited to have this event. We want you to come down. I got to give a shout out to the Senior Citizen Center. They're allowing us to use their cornhole boards. We're going to have some other fun games for the kids. So come on down. We'd love to see you. We'd love to eat some pancakes with you and feed you some good sausage too.
Yeah.
So
delicious pancakes and sausage.
Yeah.
How many years is this?
67, I think.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
67 or 68. I can't. And we skipped a year. I will say that last year we had to cancel with everything going on. So technically, I guess 67 years. A long time.
Long tradition.
Long time. And you're doing it from the car. You're doing it's like a drive-through thing,
There is a dine-in option though. We will have everything spaced out appropriately and 4-seater tabletops. So we'll have that on 6th Avenue, and you'll have the opportunity to stay.
So you got either
we
one.
We have options. Drive-through or sit. Yeah, dine-in. And the $5 ticket goes straight back into our community. That's going to that skate park project. That's of course would also support the tennis wall. I mean, those are things that it's supporting the community when you come and you're just spending $5 with us, but it's a great $5 investment. Of course, you get. I don't know where you can go to get a $5 breakfast.
You can't.
Better than what you'd get at that pancake.
I'm bringing my family, so get there early because my son can eat a lot of pancakes. So
and it is all you can eat. It is all you can eat.
I'm taking advantage of it. That's his meal for the day.
I said, I don't know
eat up, son.
Who keeps putting all you can eat on these tickets, but they need to take it off.
Oh, how funny. You're like, come on, people.
Come on.
It's for charity. Don't come clean us out.
I'm starving him the night before, too. We're going in fresh.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to give us a run for our
How old is your son?
3, but he can put it down.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, if he was like 13, I'd be like,
then you really would be worried. Yeah.
You'd be really in trouble. I mean, buffets, all you can eat buffets would see us coming because I had 4 boys, 4.5 and under. I had 4 teenage boys all at the same time. And I'm the smallest in the family, guys, and I'm over 6 feet tall. all. So
Oh, my
when
goodness.
they'd see us coming at buffets, they'd be like, "Shut the door,
goodness.
Yeah.
shut the door."
Goodness. We're closed.
We would have some that would quit bringing us water. I'm not
That's
kidding.
hilarious.
I'm not
You're like,
kidding.
it's time for you to go.
Oh yeah, it's like time to go.
There's
Time
the
to go.
check. Here's the
There you
check.
go.
Please
Yeah,
leave.
You're done, right? All right. Anything else? We're over time, but anything
No,
else? Any
we're
parting
good.
thoughts?
That's it.
Thank
Just
you.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you guys so much for being a part of what we have here on One Street Over. And tomorrow, who is coming in here? Remind me, Lee Marie. Who we? Pat Samler is coming in here, and the Regeneration Nashville Church. And so we're going to be in our Faith Friday segment learning about some stuff going up in our city up the road, up there in Nashville. And Pat is somebody that I know. She's been with us out at Merce, and she's a sweetheart, and you're going to enjoy visiting with her. And thank you, Lee Marie, for keeping me on track. Thank you, Ace and Brian, for coming and being a part of the show. Thank you all for joining us for One Street Over. This is 1100 WSGI.
Energy Right Solutions.
Thank you.
Why is this not? There it goes.
I've sailed the world for love like yours, across the water, shore to shore. Who would give up their life to save a soul like mine?